You always know you're about to play a very scary game when you hear a horrifying version of a children's lullaby. Never mind the rotting space zombies. If I heard Twinkle Twinkle Little Star while walking into a pitch black room, I'd welcome fighting a horde of necromorphs. Developed by EA Redwood Shores, Dead Space follows the unusually quiet engineer Isaac Clarke and his mission to repair a mining starship known as the USG Ishimura, and also to find his missing girlfriend Nicole Brennan, who's serving on the vessel as a medical officer. After boarding the ship, Isaac and the repair team learn that the Ishimura is infested with alien monsters called Necromorphs. Basically, the reanimated and horrifically mutated bodies of the Ishimura's dead crew. With their repair ship destroyed, Isaac and the surviving members of the repair team attempt to fix the Ishimura, all the while trying to fight and figure out the origins of the Necromorphs. Like a lot of survival horror games, Dead Space has a fairly straightforward story. The main character is trapped in a pretty horrific situation and has to escape while fighting off various creatures. Isaac Clarke is a silent protagonist, so you're not getting much from the character in terms of personality. But that's fine since you have a supporting cast delivering the exposition, and giving just enough knowledge about the world itself to help immerse you in the story, such as it is. It all serves as a nice set dressing for what the game is really focused on, which is its environments and gameplay. Having played the game many times over the years, the thing I remain consistently impressed by is Dead Space's environments and level design. The Ishimura really is a character in itself and perfectly captures the claustrophobic and grime-covered spaceships of some of the best horror sci-fi movies. With its multiple decks hosting hundreds if not thousands of people, every inch of the Ishimura feels lived in. Even before the Necromorph attack, you get the sense that this isn't just a place that people work every day, but also a place where they live and probably raise their families. It's very reminiscent to something like the Nostromo from Alien, or even the Serenity from Firefly, although on a much larger scale. Plus, each deck of the ship is just different enough to make you feel like you're not walking down the same grungy hallways over and over again. Everything from the bridge, to the mine deck, even to the hydroponics area, which serves as the Ishimura's internal farm, has a unique enough appearance to when you go into these environments, they always feel new, but also fitting into that dirty, almost dystopian kind of world that Red Shores has created. The environments are also bolstered by what I feel confident in saying is some of the best sound design in a horror game. And to be honest, probably the best in any game ever. Now I know that may sound a little hyperbolic, but when you just listen to the sounds of the ship and the machinery, the way the bulkhead is bending against the pressure of space and how everything is just breaking down, it just does a great job of immersing you in that world. As a huge fan of body horror, I also really appreciated the sound design for the Necromorphs. There are multiple varieties of Necromorphs and they'll have their own distinct and disgusting sounds. Funny enough, I played the game so many times over the years that I can recognize which Necromorph is which just by the sound they make. I'm not sure what that says about me, but it really does prove what a great job the audio team did on this game. I also have to sing my praises for the music composers. I really love just how unsettling the score is throughout the entire campaign, and how it just sets the mood whether you're walking down a dimly lit corridor or just engaging in combat. Now, of course, that brings me to Dead Space's gameplay, and personally, I love how Redwood Shores just totally turned the Resident Evil-esque over-the-shoulder shooter on its head. While Dead Space is a third-person shooter, unlike so many games within the subgenre that tell you to aim for an enemy's head, Dead Space actually tells you to do the exact opposite. Instead of headshots to kill necromorphs, you need to shoot off their limbs to kill them quickly. It's funny how one little gameplay change like that can make something feel so refreshing and unique, but also make combat really enjoyable. Plus, seeing the bloodied and gross limbs of these space zombies blow off is just visually really cool. You also get about a dozen weapons to choose from, everything from like an assault rifle to a heavy particle beam cannon. But arguably, the best weapon in the entire game is the first one you get, and it's the plasma cutter. It's this modified mining tool that can fire vertically or horizontally. And though it may sound simple, it's actually one of the most versatile weapons in the entire game. You can even play the entire game with just the plasma cutter, and it's still a great gameplay experience. It also helps that you can upgrade your weapons, armor, and equipment with these things that you find in the environment called power nodes. So as enemies start to get stronger, you're getting stronger too. And that helps you from feeling overwhelmed as combat starts to get a bit more difficult in later chapters. Thinking about it right now, probably the only other weapon you might want to have is the flamethrower. It's actually not all that useful against the standard enemies, but it's a blessing when you're fighting the goobers. I don't know what they're actually called, but they're the small, starfish, squishy necromorphs that can jump on you. They're a pain in the ass when they attach themselves to you, and it can take up to like 20 shots when there's a bunch of them at a distance. Flamethrower can take those suckers out really quick, but if you don't have it, be prepared to waste a lot of ammo. But enough time has been spent talking about the goobers. Dead Space is one of those truly great survival horror games that succeeds in most of what it's trying to do. Aside from the straightforward story, the game's environments, enemies, combat, and sound design is exactly what you want from a game within this genre. It takes the Resident Evil 4 formula and improves upon it in every single way. At least for me, and that's coming from someone who really enjoys Resident Evil 4. In the end, Dead Space is the very definition of class in a glass. Enjoy it with your favorite beverage. But what about you? What did you think of Dead Space and the horror experience that Redwood Shores created? Just leave a comment below and let me know if you like these reviews, let's plays, and other videos. Be sure to like and subscribe to keep up with all the latest content. And remember, keep it classy.